Hey, how's it going? My name is Jared Odicio. I'm presenting with Sale Park and Jessica Rollo on Volkswagen's operations management. In this section, I'm going to be talking about the vision, just how Volkswagen has been able to change their strategy to further their vision. And then I'm going to be talking about the operations strategy, just how they're planning their products, how they're positioning their products, and how they're developing their products in the future. And then I'm going to be talking about the value chain, just how interrelated activities that Volkswagen uses creates its competitive advantage. So let's get started. All right, so we start with the vision. Now, I'm going to assume that you probably heard already about the emission scandal in 2015. Now, Volkswagen has been fighting very hard to change that public perception. They're trying very hard to gain that loyalty that was lost, gain their customer value back. In their response in their website, they say fundamental issues need visionary answers. And as a response, Volkswagen is now implementing a new strategy, which is called the Together Strategy 2025. It's a 5-year plan where they're claiming it's going to be the biggest operations change in their history. And they're doing this all so they can still further their vision. Their vision hasn't changed. Their vision is to become a world-leading provider of sustainable mobility. Now, how are they doing this? They're doing this through four basic principles. First, it's excited customers. How are they getting the customers excited? Well, Volkswagen wants to focus on meeting the needs first, and then providing a world-class customer service. So they want to provide quality that is up to par to the customer's expectations. And this is a way for them to regain their loyalty back, regain and attract new customers. And then they have excellent employers. So they promote equal opportunities. They want to promote a solid working environment. They really want to foster leadership and a healthy corporate culture. They want people to be excited to come work for Volkswagen. They want to give that sense of transparency and reliability. And then the role of environment, safety, and integrity. And this is a big one because, of course, as you know, this was the whole reason of their emissions scandal. So now they're paying close attention to the use of their resources. How are they able to, they're focusing on strategies to better lower their carbon footprint and as well comply with the laws and regulations of different countries in which they operate. This way they can provide safety to their customers, and they're really aiming to become a role model for transparency and integrity. And then number 4 is the competitive profitability. How can we remain profitable? Well, it starts first with the investors. They want to provide adequate dividends to them. They want to provide a rising value of their shares. They want to achieve profitable growth and maintain their competitiveness in the market. This is how they're going to remain profitable. So the operations strategy is composed of 3 different elements. It's the product planning, the positioning of the product, and the development of the product. When it comes to product planning, Volkswagen is focusing on the digitization and connectivity of their vehicles, of all their products. So they're trying to implement a platform across their whole fleet to share this sort of global connectivity, simply so they can have better data of what is going on, what problems may arise with their products, with their vehicles. They're able to then provide additional safety, be able to let the driver know before he can know what's wrong with the vehicle. So that's connectivity and digitization. And they're also trying to focus on autonomous driving. So AI provides additional safety, well, arguably additional safety. There have been some exceptions, and the technology for sure has to still be improved. But for those split-second decisions that the driver may have lost their focus or lose control, the AI incorporated in their systems will really take care of that and push safety to a whole other level. And then they want to focus on battery technology. So basically taking the route that Tesla is doing right now, which is providing electric vehicles. They fundamentally believe that this is going to be the future of sustainability, of being able to produce cars that run more efficiently for longer miles and at a cheaper rate, at a cheaper price. And then they want to focus on mobility services. You can see the logos I have under their product planning. The last one is mobility services, which is their plan to develop electric shuttles in cities. So they're implementing their battery technology, but they're also implementing this whole fleet of electric shuttles in cities to serve the commuters who don't own a car. So basically, they're being like a next Uber. They're closing the gap between public transportation and taxis. So that's their product planning. And when it comes to the positioning of the products, I think the plant location plays a very crucial role. So for Volkswagen, they want to increase their degree of automation in their company. Volkswagen has found that low automation leads to lesser output, which ultimately tends to give lesser revenue. And this is true because Volkswagen relies heavily on mass manufacturing, and therefore the need arises for greater degrees of automation, which will allow for better flexibility, better efficiency in their plant and product manufacturing. And then that leads me to the development of the product. Volkswagen wants to adopt a modular platform in order to enhance their production, further enhance their economies of scale. So a modular platform means it's a platform for their vehicles to share a set of manufacturing activities and common design in order to minimize the cost of manufacturing and creating a new model on the same lines. In the report in 2020, Volkswagen said that their factory in Shanghai will now produce cars and battery systems based on Volkswagen's modular electric driver kit, which is a unique platform specifically designed for the mass production of electric vehicles. So what they're trying to do with this is create this sense of compatibility with their components. So selecting a platform that is compatible is very crucial to their decision. And then finally, we arrive to value chain. And this is divided into 5 different sections. So the value chain is what the different activities that Volkswagen uses to create their competitive advantage. I think it starts with their supplier management. I think they have one of the best systems to manage their suppliers. They utilize a unique model of supplier management. The depth of the original equipment manufacturer, or OEM, is unique to them, which gives them their competitive advantage. Their supplier relationships are based on the level of sophistication of the product as well as the structure of the supply market. So depending on the sophistication of their supplies, they have a unique supplier relationship for that. Volkswagen plans to strategically implement plans to all their interactions with third-party organizations so they can supply goods and services in a way that can maximize the value of their interactions with their suppliers. And then we have risk management. Experts at Volkswagen have adopted a sophisticated risk management system which continuously monitors the financial status of the company and the affiliated suppliers. It can monitor the products and any failures or malfunctionings in the manufacturing plants. That's part of their risk management. They use a suite that shows various measurements that can help identify the supply risks caused by suppliers when they fail to operate as expected, or products or manufacturing plants. Well, the thing to be said about this is that Volkswagen simply cannot afford to fail again. They failed in 2015 with their emission scandals. They want to be on top of that. They want to better manage their risk. Production and production strategy. I think they excel at this because Volkswagen compromises a network of 119 production sites all around the world. It is one of the biggest biggest number of productions from their competitors. They manage all their production plants in a highly complex activity. They manage to carry out evenly all of their activities in all cases with the assistance of central planning. So central control planning is their metrics to impose to keep the standards that are followed by their factories group wide. And then flexibility is important when it comes to production. Volkswagen states that through its website, they say, we design our production locations to be as flexible as possible. We adapt existing vehicle plants for multiple brands, converting them into multiple brand plants. So this allows Volkswagen to react more easily to changing market requirements. They can exploit cross-brand synergies and improve processes to reduce investments. In 2015, they lacked the flexibility to adapt to the U.S. emission laws. They want to become more flexible in that regard. Logistics management. So Volkswagen retains a close relationship with their own logistics subsidiaries. It's called Volkswagen Logistics. The capacity of the company, in addition with the high knowledge available, allows them to establish their own logistics provider. And this is, I think, what gives them that competitive advantage. Volkswagen seeks to invest in the potentials of economies of scale and enhancing the company's purchasing power. Choosing the right investments and focusing on the right manufacturing decisions is difficult for any company. Especially as new players and disruptors enter the market. I think Volkswagen is challenged in many ways because it needs to confront how to manage change across 12 brands with different market positions and different functions, from economy cars to luxury vehicles and commercial vehicles. The logistics has to be on point with the amount of change that's happening across all these brands.